News Panorama is a TV news magazine program that gives you the story behind the story.
It tells the stories the way they should be told by capturing the larger scale.
It deals with people's deep feelings on issues that, when brought to the fore, ultimately educates, informs and entertains.
News Panorama. Capture the larger scale.
This is News Panorama. I am glad to be back. Thank you for being faithful to the program, even as I was away. This is the last edition in the month of March. The weather has been unpredictable, hot and cold. Trusting that you're taking precaution. This week on News Panorama, we take a look at the visit of the Minister for Trade and Investment to the cocoa processing factory in Etung local government area. We also take a look at the skill acquisition, land allocation, and the solar light restoration in Etung local government area. Welcome and thanks for joining me on the program News Panorama. I am Josephine Efanga.
News Panorama. Capture the larger scale.
If you've just tuned in, you're watching News Panorama. The people of Agbai, Agbakum, Bendege and Etomi community were overwhelmed with joy as power has been restored after many years of blackout. The state's governor, Senator Basederetu, in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Power and other organizations, commissioned a 440 kilowatt PEG solar hybrid mini-grid project across Abia, Agbakum, Bendege, Etomi community, all in Etung local government area of Cross River State. Etung LGA has the report.
Sebastian, represented by the Commissioner for Power Renewable Energy, Eka Williams, said the state government is determined to light up the rural communities through the provision of electricity and other infrastructure, including the working power supply, which is why the establishment of a solar mini-grid. He lauded the efforts of the Rural Electrification Agency, German Corporation, European Union, Dawe Coast, for ensuring that the project is brought to Cross River State. He urged the people to take responsibility of securing the facility.
This is one of those efforts of his to make sure that the international communities, rural electrification agency, and the likes come to Cross River State and do the needful. I am sure that if we had a governor who didn't know what he's doing, this project wouldn't be here. More will come. More are in the offing. But he has asked me to tell you that you have a responsibility of taking care of these assets.
In a remark, the Managing Director, Rural Electrification Agency, Abba Abubakar, represented by Mrs. Nkosi Ejogu, said the commissioning of the 440 kWp solar project will engender a number of advantages in the community, among advancing of digital learning for students, healthcare services, and communication technology.
Ensuring that schools and training centers can operate efficiently. Children will have to not read and learn in the dark. Digital learning will come in, and without being unhindered by unreliable power supplies, we know that the sky is just the beginning. Healthcare services will also see significant improvements as medical facilities will be able to power essential equipment such as needed for storage of life-saving drugs and vaccines.
The chairman of Etung Local Government Council, represented by the Vice Chairman, Honorable Innocent Esam, and other residents of Etung Local Government, appreciated the federal and state government for considering the Etung communities in the power supply project, pointing out that the commissioning of the project will elevate the long suffering of the people.
As Etung people, we are very, very grateful for how much the federal government is thinking about us and for how much our state governor, our dear sweet prince, who has introduced to us season of sweetness and is also bringing goodies to his people. I'd like to, on behalf of my chairman, appreciate him. Today, sweet prince has said that suffering in Etung land should stop. Darkness should disappear.
More light no deal. Stress too much. Even sometimes they hurt us because our students, where would they teach for school, then they complain about life because get something where then they give them like. Now thank you. May God bless them. May continue to give a long life and good care. May think about more things to me.
You don't still. Because me I don't dare all these 5 years. NEPA, we know they see. Till this solar consume. But the fine, because now we don't drink cold water, but children they wash you and they enjoy their life.
For now, this day, I start to see as NEPA, so that they can't give soda. We light, we thank God for the person God carry this blessing come give us here.
The Interconnected Mini-Grid Acceleration Scheme project had a commissioning tour around the 4 communities. There were goodwill messages from the European Union, German government and GIS Nigeria.
First of all, for the Nigerian Energy Support Program, NESP, funded by the European Union and the German government, is DAWE project, what we are here seeing today, a proof of concept for public-private partnership. This project will benefit in the area over 12,000 people, and I think with this example, more communities will now believe that renewable energies as way for energy transition is walkable, is doable, and for this GIZ stands ready to support other developers, state government and the federal government with technical assistance in the near future.
In today's fast-changing job markets, students need more than just academic knowledge to succeed, a reason why acquiring skills acquisition is crucial at this time. To address this need, the federal government has introduced extracurricular programs to focus on skill acquisition in education sector. These programs aim to equip students with skills and practical knowledge required to thrive in the future job markets. Blessing Basi tells us more, the report.
According to the Cross River State Commissioner for Education, Senator Stephen Ode, the extracurriculum education skill programs aims to equip students with practical skills and knowledge required to thrive in the future job market. Senator Ode stressed that by learning a skill or trade, students can develop practical knowledge and expertise that make them more employable.
That the government of Cross River State has approved the establishment of the University of Education and Entrepreneurship in Accra. So the College of Education is now a university. So you can take advantage of that and send your children, your relatives and your young ones to that school to acquire skills. We want a situation where people graduate from the university, you should have something to do, you should have a skill. That is education to work. Not when you graduate, you came out, no job, you fold your hand and sit, no skill. So that is what the government has done for us.
A teacher at Bridge Inn High School, Afo Sunday, believes that extracurricular activities like inter-house sport can help students discover their talent and develop skills.
My take on education and skills, if you look through, my house is a rhino house. They said all works cannot make child dull, but if you look through, actually the students, we are feeding them with education. So we need also to feed them in skills. So if you look through, a lot of them, we discover some talents here. Some of them, we discover some footballers here. As a course of doing this, we now discover a lot of them. A lot of them can run. They are athletes. If you look through, they are still playing, some of them. Some of them are not tired. Some of them even they have extra energy to keep on doing things. Some participate on all the games, all the 10 games. So it's very good.
However, praise Isia credit inter-house sport activities for her personal, mental and physical growth. She said she is interested in fashion design and cooking, skills she hopes to develop through the government program.
Sports activities for this inter-house sport is it helps students build their mental and physical capacity of what their body can actually do.
Another teacher, Okon Ita, emphasizes that education is about discovering one's potential. He noted that today's workforce values skills over certificates, while stressing that skill acquisition curriculum is particularly relevant in today's computerized world.
Yes, the curriculum of skill acquisition for students is very, very good because all the students know mostly are computers now. They see that the next thing, but let's be honest, some people might also have talent in other things. So it's a very good development from the government, and I think everybody should follow the pace the federal government is setting.
Another student who identified as Ukan Emmanuel welcomed the idea of learning a trade in school. He believed it will help him become self-sufficient, eradicate joblessness, and provide a means of livelihood.
The introduction of trade learning, such as plumbing, hairstyling, and other ones by the government, has actually helped us as students a lot, because it serves as a means of livelihood. White collar jobs are being flooded by people every day, which leaves other people unemployed. So as a student, the introduction of those trades, us learning them, can help us start up our own businesses in school.
With skills acquisition, students can look forward to a brighter future. The 15th Skill Acquisition Program recently introduced by the federal government, which are plumbing, events and decoration and management, bakery, hairstyling, amongst others, is proving to be a game changer for students in the educational sector. Blessing Basi for CRBC News Panorama.
The State House of Assembly has called for constitution of the Land Use Allocation Advisory Committee in line with the 18 local government areas of the state. Our Assembly correspondent, Esiana Wanene, reports that the resolution is a fallout from a motion by the member representing Biase, Honorable Francis Ogban, calling for the constitution of the committee to assist farmers in the state. The report.
The Land Use Act of 1979 empowers the state government to acquire land for the overriding benefit of the state. Section 6, subsections 1 and 2 of the Act gives powers to local government chairmen to constitute the Land Allocation and Advisory Committee and the committee to issue the customary right of occupancy. The sponsor of the motion, Honorable Francis Ogban, in his prayers to the House, which were adopted as resolutions, calls on all local government chairmen across the state to constitute the committee to ensure issuance of the customary right of occupancy.
All the local government council chairmen should constitute Land Allocation and Advisory Committee in the entire 18 local government areas of the state, in accordance with Section 6, subsection 1 of the Land Use Act. That the Land Allocation and Advisory Committee, in accordance with Section 6, subsection 2 of the Land Use Act, should issue out customary right of occupancy to interested applicants who want to perfect their title. That the local government council executive and the Land Allocation and Advisory Committee should collaborate with the relevant stakeholders to carry out sensitization for the locals in perfecting their titles.
Members of the legislature supported the motion, noting that the customary right of occupancy will serve as collateral for landowners to access agricultural loans, create jobs, as well as allow for easy boundary tracing.
Now that this motion can comfortably give this committee the opportunity to give us an alternative to this one that has a serious bottleneck, let us do everything humanly possible to see that this motion sees the light of the day.
I want to support this motion because I have had opportunity of working with groups as cooperative societies, as women organizations, as youth organizations, and whenever a facility is proposed to be given, some of these documents, legal documents, will be needed to have that education and to have facilities in the different banks and other agencies that will need legal documents to have facilities from government. It will be of good and immense benefit to our people.
I wish that we reframe it to become a law in this house. Because, Mr. Speaker, another importance of this motion is the fact that you have to map out a land mass. I support my colleague and I agree with him that most of the security challenges we have back home in our communities is because of struggle for land.
The mover of the motion in an interview explains the importance of constituting the committee as well as the difference between certificate of occupancy and customary right of occupancy.
What we are concerned here is the land in the rural areas. We are not concerned in the land that is in the urban areas. Now, the C of O is given by the governor of a state. Then the customer right of occupancy is given by the local government chairman. He signs it. Now we have land allocation committee that advises the governor on how the land in the state can be used. The same way, we have land allocation and advisory committee that advises the local government chairman on how the land in the local government areas should be used. The two different things here is the C of O is signed by the governor of the state. The CRO, that is to say the customer right of occupancy, is signed by the local government chairman. Now, the people that advises the local government chairman on how the land can be used and then equally go as far as telling him to sign the customer right of occupancy is the committee called Land Use Allocation and Advisory Committee.
For News Panorama.
In developing countries, agriculture provides livelihood for millions of people, contributing significantly to national security, employment, and economic growth. However, rural areas often face unique challenges, including limited access to markets, credits, and technology, which can hinder agricultural productivity and rural development. Our correspondent explores the relationship between rural development and agriculture. The report.
Rural development and agriculture are intricately linked, with agriculture serving as a primary source of livelihood for millions of people in rural areas. Despite its importance, rural development faces challenges, one of which is limited access to markets for agricultural produce. This can result in low prices for farm produce, making it difficult for rural farmers to generate decent income. Another challenge facing rural farmers is limited access to credit. This makes investments in commercial agriculture and improved productivity difficult. However, there are opportunities for growth and development. Mobile technology has the potential to revolutionize rural development by providing farmers with access to market, credit, and information. Sustainable agricultural practices such as organic farming and agroforestry can also improve agricultural productivity and reduce environmental degradation. Dr. Etta Hilder, an agriculturist and head of Department, Agriculture Extension and Rural Sociology, noted that agriculture and rural development work hand in hand, stating that agriculture is the main source of income for most rural dwellers. Hence, developing the agricultural sector in those areas will lead to a boost in income, food security, as well as employment.
Agriculture is pivotal in rural development because, as we all know, over 70% of the population, particularly of Nigeria, are engaging in agriculture as their major source of income. Okay? So we know all the food, most of the food that we eat in our cities, they are being produced by the smallholder farmers in the rural areas. Okay? So now, you see that since most of these local or the rural people depend on agriculture as the source of livelihood, you can now see that agriculture plays a key role to alleviate poverty, in the sense that once the rural people are able to produce more, they can be able to feed their families, and then the excess they can sell to make money. The excess is the income that comes in, and by providing machineries and other things that will ease the burden of the rural farmers, you will see that productivity will increase, yields will increase, and the output or the income that comes from them will increase, and you will see that it will result to general improvements in the well-being of every other person in the rural setting.
Some respondents equally observed that while agriculture can help with rural development, lack of access to good roads, markets, and other social amenities are big hindrances to this.
Okay, what I think about the lack of all this is because the government only focus on the agricultural products, whereby some villages they lack good roads where people can go in there to get the farm products that the farmer that produce them. That particular one in that the rural area from development. And also there is no market. Some of these products, when the farmers are done producing, there is no market for them to go and sell it out. And it make the farm product in waste because there is no market to sell. And also light. They lack light. So I'm thinking the government should help them in those infrastructure like road, the construction of roads and market building and also in electricity.
I think with the help of the people in power, they can use the money they get from selling the agricultural products to give them good roads so that they will have free accessible roads to their farms and have access to markets, and then so that they can move their agricultural products easily. Because when there is bad road and the cost of transportation will be high and the people they might not easily make it. So easy road, it will make easy transportation of agricultural products. I would say maybe lack of farmland, I think the government can make provisions for all those things for the farmers.
Okay, the lack of funds can make some environments not to be developed when there is no much money, and even if the farmers will want to do, if they are not properly paid to do the job, they will not be able to do it. And also equipment, hard labor this time around is not good for some people, so the aged people. So if equipment are being provided, they can do a perfect job.
Others were of the view that farmers should be given financial assistance, subsidized agricultural produce, machineries, among others, as this will increase agricultural production and boost development.
Okay, I think when there is lack of hired laborers, so maybe due to the fact that the laborers are not much there to help cultivate and all the necessary things being done there. Yes, I think because of lack of hired laborers, the government, they should look onto that. Most of them, they have nothing to do. They're not doing anything. So government should go in there, look for ways, find solutions.
Okay, I'll start by saying the government should work on improving, bringing in machines. We are in a civilized area where some people don't like to stress like before. Unlike then, when you see someone stressing, you make sure you work for what he does. So I think the government should work on bringing in machines that will help improve the work. And again, it should work on providing fertilizers for the farmers to improve their crops.
Rural development and agriculture are critical components of national development. While rural areas face numerous challenges, there are also opportunities for growth and development. Notably, Senator Prince Bassey Otu has taken significant steps to boost agricultural development in rural communities. For instance, his administration has allocated 150 million monthly towards an agricultural development plan, supporting a credit scheme to enhance rice production. Additionally, Governor Otu has proposed 11 billion for agriculture in the 2025 budget, demonstrating his commitment to rural development and agriculture. These initiatives, among others, demonstrate the potential for rural development and agriculture to drive economic growth and improve livelihoods in rural communities. For CRBC News Panorama, Ifeoma Equita reporting.
The Minister for State and Industry, Senator Onwan Eno, recently visited the Ekom cocoa processing factory in an effort to evaluate and enhance cocoa processing and production for economic growth and development in both states and the nation. Our correspondent Blessing Barsi says the purpose of his visit aims to foster public and private partnership that will drive collaboration and growth innovation in cocoa sector for the benefits of the state and country as a whole. the report.
The Minister for State and Industry, Senator John Wanino, noted that the purpose of its visit to the Ikom Cocoa Processing Factory was to promote industrial growth and economic advancement while providing opportunities to support farmers' businesses. He emphasized that the cocoa industry is a significant sector capable of enhancing the economy and contributing to the government's effort towards impacting the country's gross domestic product.
I'd set up quite some number of industries. I mean, the cocoa industry was one of them. You know, I'd actually never visited here, you know, to even know what's going on. But I know that it is a, you know, it's a facility set up for the processing of cocoa. And I mean, as fate will have it, I mean, you know, after being Minister of Sports Development, now matters about cocoa industry, matters about companies, you know, manufacturing concerns and all that, I'm really within my mandate. I mean, my mandate is to be a champion for industry, champion for processing of goods, you know, our raw materials and all of that. And I mean, the company that this facility was concessioned to, you know, wrote to my ministry, you know, calling for collaboration and for PPP, public-private partnership. And as Minister of State for Industry, I thought that was important because, you know, most of the engagements I've had internationally and back in Abuja, I've actually put in front the issue of cocoa and the issue of cocoa processing.
The Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of AA Agro Limited, Mr. Chris Agara, expressed his gratitude to the Minister for visiting the Ikom Cocoa Processing Factory. He highlighted his commitment to advancing cocoa processing and production while stressing the importance of exporting processed cocoa beans nationwide.
We'll get very far in terms of the studies and what it will take to have those facilities in place. Right now, we have a slowdown in cocoa farming harvest. That's why you see less activities here. But by the time you come again, when the cocoa activity is on, you see quite a lot of people. I want to assure you that you see facilities that are run remains constant, irrespective of the fluctuation of the prices of cocoa beans. And that's what we want to take advantage of. That's what we want to achieve.
Also, the Managing Director of AA Universal Bean and Co. Limited, Ilan Lugasi, stated that utilizing innovative and digital technologies is essential for overcoming challenges in cocoa processing and production. He further emphasized the potential trade impact of the current project, which is expected to yield substantial economic benefits following processing and production.
We can raise the funds. We are already engaged with some international funds institutions. There is even a Swiss funds institution that are interested to put immediate a couple of dozens of millions of dollars. But we can raise the money, the support we need from the government can be sovereign guarantee in order to drive the foreign investment and to give them more confidence, trade incentives, particularly for cocoa.
The visit was climaxed with an inspection of the various departments and units of the Ikom Cocoa Processing Factory and a question and answer session amongst other activities. Blessing Basi reporting for CRBC News Panorama.
That is all we have on our alignments this week. We hope to be back sometime next week. Do keep a date with us. I am Josephine Efanga.